Hi, and thanks so much for joining me. Today we are talking about what I have in my virtual cart for the Sephora promotion. If you'd like to see that, please keep watching. Okay, so I thought we would do it this way and let you know what I have in my cart. So I'll split it up into 3 categories. What I have in my cart, what I'll buy for sure, things I'm kind of just on the fence about, not quite sure about, and finally things that I would recommend that had I not just purchased them, I would be purchasing them in this promotion. Now I had it in my basket all in order and then it's all jumbled now. So I'm gonna try my best to just talk about the things that for sure I will be getting. And this is granted they are still available by the time I actually do the shopping. But the first thing is, probably no surprise, Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in 1. So I've been talking about how I love 2, but it's a little bit too dark for my under eye area. So 1 for the under eye area, and then I'll also pick up 2 just because it's a staple. I still love the Chantilly powder, but the Charlotte Tilbury is also a staple, so I'm going to pick that up as well. So both 1 and 2, and I did a video where I showed all of them, 1, 2, and 3, but I feel like I have so many bronzing type products, I don't need 3 yet, but if it were available in a trio where you could get 1, 2, and 3 together, I would totally pick that up. But they don't have something like that. I wish they did. But for now, 1 and 2. The next thing I'm for sure picking up is the Dior Addict Stellar Lip Gloss, because I love a coppery bronzy shade for lips and it's so hard to find. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a difficult color to create. Tom Ford used to have a beautiful one, Seventh Sin. They don't have it anymore. And I've seen maybe one other one that I liked, but now it's almost impossible to find one. It's a little bit easier in a gloss form though, and I found one called 629 Mirrored, and they describe it as bronze on the site. So of course I looked at the swatches too, and when I compared the swatches, that one looks like it's the most coppery color, especially on the model with like the more tan skin. So I wanted to pick that up. Looks like the formula is beautiful. One thing when it comes to metallics though, is if you have any lines in your lips like I do, anything metallic has the potential to bring out that texture and bring out the wrinkles. This one says it provides a more plumped appearance to the lips, so I don't know if that will help with the metallic, but I'll try it. So we'll see what that looks like on, but I'm excited to give that one a go. I haven't tried that before. I also wanted to do an all Dior look, so I also have in my basket a blush. They didn't have very many blushes, but they do have the Backstage Rosy Glow blush in coral. So there was coral and then there's another color, and that pink looks way too pink, like a bluish kind of pink color. So I thought I would pick up coral as well, and then we could do a whole Dior look, because I think I have foundation, concealer, I have an eyeshadow, and then now blush and a lip. I don't have a powder by them, so if you can recommend one, let me know, but I wasn't able to find anything like a powder type product from them. And you know I love their eyebrow products, so we'll get to that in a moment, but I thought that looked really beautiful too. I also have the Charlotte Tilbury Quad. Now, the one I'm looking at is in Super Blue, because that's the one that is geared towards brown eyes. I was gonna say blue eyes. I can see myself using the 2 top colors. There's like a creamy color, and then there's one that's more of a coppery gold, which you know I would love. And then there are 2 blue colors. I think you use them really well as like a powder liner type function, especially in this outer V. So I don't usually go like overboard with colors, but I think this one might be interesting to play with, but also I think we can make it look really practical and pretty at the same time. So I wanted to try that, and also I wanted to try the eyeliner that goes with it. So I tried the maroon one, which is beautiful, but this one goes with it. So I thought that might be fun to throw in there. So it's the matte and metallic double-ended eyeliner in Super Blue. So this one has a metallic side, which is like an electric blue color, and then there is a matte side, and I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my phone here. The matte, it looks like a navy color, so I think you can do what we talked about where you put a lighter color here and then you do the deeper color in the outer V. I think that would be pretty too. I mean, I think the eyeshadow would do that, but that might be an interesting look to put together. Something like a wearable blue color, or we could go totally out and just make it all blue. We could try that, because we definitely have time to try some new things. Then finally, and it's a very short list, but it adds up quite quickly, I did want to look at a lip color by GRWM. Where is it? Is it gone already? Did it get taken out of my cart? It was the Rouge G Customizable. Oh, there it is. I'm looking at number 3, light rosewood satin. I like a satin finish, and I think anything usually with rosewood in the color name is a good shade for me. And also I'm looking at 02 light beige satin, which says there's only a few left, so I don't know if I'll be able to get my hands on that, but that is definitely in there. So I'm looking for something like, you know, a pretty nude color, which is always what I'm looking for. I don't know why. I found some really beautiful ones, but I'm always interested in those. And then I was looking at the customizable lipstick case, and I was looking at all the shades, and I think I like the white one. That is the one that is in my cart right now. Let me just quickly look and see if there's anything else. The original one's nice. It's, ooh, wait, what's this? Maybe I like this one, the Minimal Chic. It's like a white marble. Just kidding. I'm gonna put that in. I didn't even see that one at first. That one is pretty. Oh, Romantic Bohem is also pretty. And so is the gold one. Okay, I think though, which one do I want? I think I like the Minimal Chic. So I'm putting that in my cart. I totally missed that. Okay, glad we're doing this together. I like that one better. I was going to go with Simply White. It has like a texture on it, like a faux lizard skin, but I like the more sleek version better. So I'm going to remove that one from my cart. Remove. And that's it for my things that I really am sure I'm gonna get. Now, there are some things that I'm considering. So some things I'm considering are the NARS Afterglow Lip Balm Laguna Collection Laguna. So this kind of goes along the same lines as the coppery color because it's so hard to find, and this one looks like it's like in that realm. It doesn't look like it's metallic, but it looks like a nude color, like a tan color almost. So different than like a pink color. So considering that, I'm also considering the Tom Ford Soleil Neige Highlighter and Blush Glow Stick in 3. I have so many colors though right now that are like stick blushes that I'm already not using, that I feel like I don't need this, but it's so pretty. So that one is something to consider. So one of the reasons I don't pick up everything I want is because I have so many things like them that I feel like they won't get used, so it's not worth it for me to pick up. The other considerations are a couple of Tom Ford lip glosses, and Tom Ford lip glosses are not inexpensive. So I was looking at 03 Tantalize. I already have Impulse and Ravish. I love both of those, so I would recommend those if you're looking for any. But this one is Coral with Gold Pearl, so anything with like a gold tinge to it is right on my alley. And then the other color I was considering is 15 Frantic, and this is described as medium pink with gold pearl. So again, has that gold pearl. Also, I like the idea of the crystalline, very light nude with pearl. So what I think lip gloss can do is make the whole makeup look cohesive, because if you have a lip color that's just a little bit off, it's a little too warm or a little too cool, if you put a gloss on top of it, it'll help adjust that so it's more harmonious with what you already have. So I like that about it. I like wearing them alone. I think the Tom Ford lip glosses have enough pigmentation that you can wear them by themselves, and they're just really comfortable, and plus the packaging is really beautiful. So I love them. I think it was my favorite lip gloss of the year last year. It is higher in price point, but that's why something like a promotion is always helpful if you had your eye on it. And there's some things that I would recommend because I've purchased them over and over again, or I've had really good luck with them. So one of the things that I have had really good luck with and I'm enjoying using is by Tom Ford. It's the Eye Quad in Suspicion. I have it on now, and I've used it in several different ways. I've already done one look with it. I just filmed this look with it, and then I just use it on an everyday basis. So it has some shimmer, but it's very wearable shimmer. It's not too much. It's not glittery. It is just very refined in the way it provides just a little bit of something without being matte. So if you were interested in getting into shimmery eyeshadows a little bit and you are more mature, I know it can be tricky in this area. This one's really well done. And the colors are very classic and flattering. And I think if you have blue eyes too, that coppery color that's in there is beautiful, but on brown eyes, it just is stunning. Any eye color, it will be pretty, but I especially love the copper color in there, but I think there's enough variety in the undertones. And I love that the lighter color in there is perfect for that inner corner. And I've used these wet as well, and just as beautiful. I mean, it really brings out the color in them. It's more of like a foily type of finish when water is added. So I love that one. So the other things are things I use daily, like the Dior Show Pump and Brow For my eyebrows in 002, it has a very, very nice hold. If you've tried the Glossier Boy Brow, it's like that, but it's not as chunky. That one's a little bit chunky for me. This one has the same kind of hold to it without being as thick going on. I really rely on that to keep my brows, and plus I have like not very many brows, but they're very coarse and they kind of go whichever way they want, and that one keeps them in place. Then I also go in with their pencil, the Dior Show Brow Styler in 002. It's got a really fine end on it in terms of drawing those individual hairs on, which I do right here to help kind of make this look a little bit more natural, because I use Wonder Brow to set the shape, but up here can be difficult sometimes because it is so dense. And it's very pigmented, so it's hard to get a more natural look here, so I'll use the pencil up here and then to fill in anywhere where it needs to just be refined. So I do buy that one over and over again. And then the Bobbi Brown Extra Eye Repair Cream. If you saw my AM morning, if you saw my AM skincare routine, I used that. In the evening, I put even more on and I just let it absorb into this area right here. And I have not found another eye product like it. I've tried La Mer, I've tried several other high-end eye creams that are even more expensive, and no one has touched this one yet, so I still love this one. And the next thing is the Lancôme Tonique Confort. I just purchased the jumbo size of that one, so I don't need another one, but I use that one all the way up until the end. I purchased that one over and over. It helps to take that tight feeling away from my skin before I go in with skincare, because right before that one, I do use the Peter Thomas Roth, which is another recommendation for chemical exfoliant. It's a nice exfoliation without having to be abrasive, like a physical exfoliant. So I've been really liking that. I use it in the morning and in the evening. I also used the Shiseido cotton facials in the video I'm talking about. I'll link below if you want to see it. But I use it with the Lancôme product. I've tried the Clé de Peau cotton pads, which are a higher price point, but I still like these better because there's very porous on the top, like a very soft covering. The Clé de Peau has like a silk technology integrated, and I think that the product sits on top of it a little too much. So I still prefer the Shiseido ones. So that is something that I continue going back to over and over. And when I travel, and sometimes I forget them, I'll use like a standard cotton ball, and it's not the same. So I do rely on those every day. But I have 2 backups of those, so I don't need any more right now. And then my day and night creams by Philosophy. They are the Ultimate Miracle Worker SPF 30 for the daytime, and then there's one for the evening. So I'm quite generous with those when I apply those. So I go through them a little bit quicker than maybe your average person, but I do really enjoy them. And they're so reliable, so I haven't tried really branching out into another cream because I'm so happy with the way they perform. And I've been using them for a few years already. So anytime I can get a discount on those, I will. So that's also a good deal. One other thing by Dior is their 3D Maximizer Triple Volume Plumping Lash Primer. I use that every day. Even when I don't have time, I won't put that on because it conditions lashes and also puts a nice layer on top, so you get that volume a little bit more quickly and it doesn't clump. So I really like that about it. There are some primers out there that will clump when you put them on, but this one doesn't do that. It just kind of envelops each lash and then gives you a little bit more volume right off the bat, and looks really nice and not spider or anything like that. And I've relied on that one for years as well. So if I was going to buy all of these things, all the things I just talked about, which is why I'm not buying all of the things I just talked about, it would add up to almost $1,000. So that's one of the reasons I'm not buying all of this. Another reason is because I try to be very thoughtful about what I'm buying. So I will again put the for sure's that I'm buying and the things that I'm considering, and then things I would recommend. Again, recommendations are things I already have backups of, so I don't need to get them. But if I didn't have them, I would be purchasing them now. The things I'm considering are things that might end up in my basket, but at the end, I look at the bottom line, like how much am I spending? I don't go out of bounds too much on these Sephora sales anymore because I know what I actually will use versus what I just want. Those are 2 totally different things. So it's a very pared down list of what I'll actually purchase. But if you were considering some of the things that I would recommend, maybe this will help you decide whether you would like them or not. Again, if you financially are not in the position to be shopping this promotion, another promotion will be coming in the future. More beautiful things will be on the website at that time. So please don't worry if you're not able to purchase right now. There are people with YouTube channels out there who make a living off YouTube and they invest in their channels. So what they are purchasing are an investment in their small business. So just know that even though you might see people on YouTube buying a lot of things, it's because it's part of their livelihoods. So it's okay if you let this promotion pass you by. There will be other promotions. I've let several promotions pass me by as well, and it's okay. I haven't missed out because as they pass by, I often see new things pop up. So that's why, again, you see such a pare down list, because there are things that I see coming down the pipe that I know I will be interested in purchasing as well. Please let me know if there's something specific you would like me to consider, and I will definitely look into it. But as of now, I'll probably keep a very, very short list at this time. So again, thank you so much for staying in and for taking care of each other, and please stay well. And if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks.